Hi everybody, my name is Elina and this is a 15-minute chair yoga where we focus on the lower part of the body. So focusing on the joint mobility of our ankles, knees and hips. So grab a nice chair, make sure you're wearing nice comfortable clothes and we'll get started in a moment. Before we start, let's just recap how we want to be sitting on a chair. So our neutral position is our feet firmly on the ground. So we want to have an even distribution of weight through the soles of the feet. You kind of want to think of your feet as suction cups. So you have a good grip against the ground underneath you. Your ankles are underneath your knees, legs are hip width apart. Take a moment to find your sit bones against the seat of your chair and then bring the shoulders on top of your hips. So this might feel like almost like a little bit of a backward lean, just so that you get this gentle activation of the front of the body, your abdominal muscles. And during the practice until we get to the final relaxation, just bring your spine away from the back of the chair. And then after all this, just relax your face, make sure that the jawline is nice and relaxed. If you're not sure, you can always stick your tongue out. That's a sure way to relax your face. So starting in our neutral position, you can bring your hands on your laps, turn the palms facing upwards and just take a few deep inhales and exhales. You can always side out. Big inhale and exhale. And one more big inhale and exhale. And we're keeping the spine nice and tall, but allow the shoulders to draw down. Checking in with ourselves, you can always ask yourself, how am I doing today? And making a commitment that for the next 10 plus minutes, we focus on being here and now and moving the lower part of the body. We start by moving our just the ankles and the feet. So keeping all the toes on the ground. On an inhale, you can lift your heels up, pressing down through the balls of the feet. Exhale, bringing the heels down. And we'll repeat this few times, lifting the heels up. Exhale, release. Inhale, lifting the heels. Exhale, down. And two more, lift. And right, lower, lift, press down with your big toes as well, and lower. And we reverse this, so now keeping the heels down, lifting the toes up, and slowly lowering down. Lifting the toes up, and slowly lower. If you want, you can always bring your arms just to the side, lengthening the spine. Few more, lift and lower and lift and lower. Very nice. And spread your toes as wide as you can. This can be quite difficult. And then lifting your toes up. And then see if you can bring your toes down one by one. So starting from the little toe and then bringing them down one by one. And it's really hard. So try a few times lifting the toes up and then lowering the toes down one by one. Big toe last. Good. And one more time. And I notice I can do this on my other foot much easier than on the other. There you go. That's why we call it practice. Nice. So finding a nice tall spine again. And next inhale, you lift your right knee up. And then find your ankle. And what I mean by finding your ankle, start rotating your ankle to one direction, switching the direction as you want, or you can just flex and point. Just notice here again that you keep your shoulders down. We're not hiking them towards the ear, but keeping them nice and low. Good. Then releasing your left arm, and then we start rotating the whole leg. So you can keep hold of your knee, or if you want to make this a little bit more stronger, you can release the arm and just move the leg. And change the direction. Nice. And then bringing the leg to stillness, and you can grab hold of your leg, straightening the right leg, and then push away with your heel. Keep the spine nice and tall, and you push away with the heel, push that heel away from you, and then if you want, you can point, and you can flex, and you can do this without your hands as well if you want to make it stronger. And then very gently bring your heel down. You can come a little bit more forward on your chair. Keep bringing those right toes towards your right kneecap. Maybe you take a little bit of a forward lean, but again here, be mindful that you keep your shoulders nice and wide. Breathing here. And then gently straightening your spine, bringing your leg back to neutral position. And we go to the other side. So lifting your left knee up and finding the ankle. So rotation. Maybe you notice there is a difference between the two sides, and that's absolutely normal. Our bodies are never fully symmetrical, so it's just interesting to notice what is without even the need or desire to change anything. And after we've activated the ankle, you release your right arm and start making those circles from the hip. So see if you can slow this movement down. And again, option to do it without holding the knee. Just change the direction. And then bringing the leg to stillness, grabbing hold of the thigh from underneath, straightening the knee as much as it wants to today. Pushing away with that heel, bringing those left toes towards your knee. Again, option to do it without holding. I'm not going to, it's really hard. And then gently bringing that left heel down. Again, maybe adjusting your seat a little bit, bringing your chest a little bit more forward. This can also give you a nice stretch here in the lower back. Giving yourself a smile. And then gently straightening the spine and coming to our neutral position. From here, we'll focus a little bit more on the hip flexors and opening the hip. So this is why I have this pile of books here as well. So just to show you a few modifications that are available and how you can use just everyday items you find at home If you don't have any yoga bricks, you can just have a bunch of books to support you. So option number 1 is that you leave your left leg as it is, and then you lift your right leg and you bring your ankle over your left knee. So here, important that we flex the ankle. It will help to protect the whole joint. It helps to keep the whole leg active. And see if you can bring that ankle bone over that knee. Now, if for any reason the leg doesn't want to come over the knee, you can use books or any other type of a prop, and you can just lift the outside edge of your right foot and on that support. And this will already give you that nice opening here on your hip that is already beneficial. So there's always a modification available in your yoga practice. So I'm gonna do this with my ankle over the knee though. So lengthening the sides of the body again, sitting tall, just making sure that the shoulders are drawing down. And you can just stay here for a few rounds of inhales and exhales. Or if you want to get a little bit more, you can again come to that forward lean that might intensify the stretch you feel in your outer hip. Just remember, nothing should ever be painful in your yoga practice. So really always listen to yourself and practice according to how you are feeling today. And then gently lifting the chest up. And then I slide my leg over. So now sitting with the legs crossed. Again, if this is not available, you have your foot on top of your props, you can just cross the ankles if that feels better today. So I'm gonna keep the legs crossed, and then we're gonna do a gentle twist here. So I'm gonna take my left arm, bring it outside my right leg, and then turn. So I'm in a type of a corkscrew here. So again, stretching the side of the body, but also giving our spine a little bit of a nice movement. And then slowly on an exhale, coming to the middle, and I release my leg. And then just take a moment to appreciate what is. If there is any feedback from the hip or anywhere else in the body. And then we'll move to the other side. So I'm going to move my books to the other side. So again, you can use the support underneath your outer edge of your foot, or you can lift this left ankle over the right knee. And again, remember, 2 sides never identical, so if these sides feel different, absolutely fine, you can adjust accordingly. So either sitting straight or taking a little bit of a forward lean. Checking that the jawline is nice and loose. We very easily tend to, or some of us, start gritting our teeth or just pressing the mouth tightly together when there's no need for that. So that's why I always like to remind myself to have the face nice and relaxed. And then straightening the spine if you have the forward lean, and either cross your ankles or you bring the leg on top of the other one, taking your right hand, bringing it outside your left leg. A big inhale to lengthen the spine, your exhale, twist to the left. Nice. And exhale to the middle, release the leg. And then stretching the inner legs before our final relaxation. So I'll keep my my left knee pointing forward, and I take my right leg to the side. So I might need to adjust my seat a little bit, but just make sure that you still feel your sit bones against the chair. So I have a 90-degree angle here between my legs, but the ankles are still underneath my knees. And then I lift my chest, I keep my chest towards the front, and my right arm comes on top of my right leg, and my left arm comes behind. And I keep the chest pointing forward, and then I turn my head, and I bring my gaze over my right fingertips. So this is my warrior two, seated warrior two. Nice. On an exhale, I release my arms, and then I can turn my chest now more towards the right, still pressing down through the soles of the feet. And this might change the intensity of the stretch I feel in my inner thighs. One more inhale. And exhale. I'll slowly turn to the middle. And we'll do it on the other side. Surprise, surprise. So leaving the left leg to the front and right one to the side. Whole surface of the soles on the ground. Finding the sit bones. And then extending my left arm over my left thigh. And then my right arm comes behind. My chest still pointing forward. And my gaze will come over my left fingertips. So strong seated warrior pose. And exhale, release the hands. You leave the legs as they are, but now I turn my chest towards that right knee. Pressing down gently through the soles of the feet, shoulders on top of the hips, and just noticing where I feel the stretch in my inner legs this time. And your next exhale, you bring yourself to the middle. And then before our relaxation, just take a few circling motions here with the body. And then changing direction. And then now you can find the back of the chair, bringing the hands to your lap again, palms facing upwards. You can close your eyes if you want. And just like in the beginning, take a few nice long inhales and exhales. You can continue your relaxation a little bit longer if you want. And then when you're ready, you can just bring the spine away from the back of the chair. Gently flutter your eyes open. Bring the hands in front of your chest in the prayer position. And always remember to thank yourself for taking this time to take care of your body. Thank you.